How is it going, everybody? So we have 5 decks today to show you that are going to be very good for the 20-win challenge, give you a decent chance of succeeding in it. At least I would hope so. But just going to go for my Golem first play. This first deck right here is a very, very broken Golem deck, probably kind of similar to last season when we had the Goblin Machine, Divines. You've kind of replaced those cards with the Zappies, the Golden Knight, the Prince combination still in here, and then of course the Royal Ghost Evolution and Barbarrel with the E-Drag chaining everything on defense is such a great combination. It's really, really hard to defend against this deck for a positive elixir trade. I'm going to go for the Tornado to kill the Dark Goblin off the map as soon as I can right here, and I think this guy's actually in a bit of trouble to start this game. I'm going to go for the ability here right now. It's going to dash onto that Valk, which is going to be a little bit decent right there. Take out the Valk, hopefully in timely manner. Yep, perfect. And now I think we're in a good spot to, you know, get a few shots on the tower because he has pretty much no elixir right now. So that Ice Spirit and that Dark Goblin were played on literally 0. But yeah, you guys can already see how just annoying, I guess is the right word for this deck, it can be. Like, you literally can just kind of be dumb and win, and that's a perfect deck to use for the 20-win challenge when you're trying to beat players hypothetically that might be better than you later in the game, like later in the matches. Say you're at 18 wins and you're facing a pro player, you're like, okay, I need to cheese them, right? Like, I've got to cheese them because I know they're better than me at the game. It's a perfect deck for that type of scenario, literally the perfect deck that you would want. He misses the kite on that. Oh my goodness, the Prince goes all the way to the tower. That is a huge mistake. Gonna get him down to what, 580 damage on his tower. I'm gonna go Zappies the back right here. I think he actually has not the worst matchup ever, to be honest, because Evo Valk is very, very, very good against this deck. And then of course Cannon pulls the Golem for a walk. Same with Dark Goblin, just kind of being there is a bit of a nuisance. But I'm gonna go for my Golem at the bridge because I have skill, and we'll see if he can defend this. He's gonna go Cannon probably early, then Dark Goblin to the side if I had to make a prediction. Actually, he does have Evo Valk in a few cards, so I'm not sure if I should even really be going in like this. Maybe I could hit a good Tornado Golden Knight potentially. I'm gonna go for the Golden Knight now. We're gonna wait to see what he does. I'm gonna go for the Tornado to get King Tower actually here instead of going for the Tornado to get the lineup on tower, and maybe that was a mistake. I don't know. I think that was the right play though, because now we have King Tower for the rest of the match, and we should be okay defensively. I'm going to just chill for a few seconds, let that Dark Goblin knock on my tower, go Prince behind on top of it, and make sure we don't take too much damage. So yeah, I'm still, like, the game's very far from over. I could definitely still lose this just because it's Hyper Bait, and Hyper Bait is always a deck that you really cannot keep up with their cycle, as you can see right here. I'm going to go Golden Knight and not use my Barbarrel on that. I'm going to pop the ability here to make sure that dies, and then I've got my Zappies right here. I'm going to go for the Barbarian Barrel on the right-hand side. We're going to take some damage on the left-hand side, but it's okay. I think it's all about just surviving until we can get that one bit of damage. I'm not sure where that damage is going to come from right now, but we're going to have to find that out pretty quick. So I'm going to go for the Ghost Evo on top of this. That should kill majority of this. I have to NATO back to kill the wall breakers, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Dark Goblin is low-key the most annoying card in this matchup. It just sits at far range and gets so much value. There's the Valk from him. Valk is a great counter to Evo Ghost, but I don't think Valk's that popular. Like, it is good, but it's not going to be that popular in the 20-win challenge. Oh my gosh, what the heck am I supposed to do here? I guess we have to let that connect and go E-Drag the bridge and try and be a nuisance. Pop the ability as soon as I can, hopefully, please. Nope, that is not going to get down in time because of the Ice Spirit. So this is actually a really bad situation to be in for me. I cannot get damage. Like, how do I get damage? He's going to take a lot of damage on the other side. I'm going to go Golden Knight on the left-hand side right here. That kills the wall breakers. Okay, we're looking decent. Maybe the right-hand side could start stacking up damage as well. I would love to go for a Prince on this opposite lane. Pop the ability here. There's the Valk. Come on, Prince. You've got to get the tower. This is like our only chance, I think. Pull that in. Wait, Prince! Prince! Oh my gosh, Prince is actually a win condition. It just clutched up the whole game. I think all of our damage that match was literally from the singular Princes that took the towers. Listen, I know this deck is ugly. Everyone hates recruits, but it is probably, in my opinion, the #1 easiest archetype to get a 20-win challenge win with, and I'll tell you why. So you can pretty much play this deck against any archetype at a decently high level, and what I mean by high level is that there's very, very little outplay potential with this deck. You pretty much just do the same thing over and over, and the cards in it, like the Zappies Flying Machine, you're going to see a lot of Zappies in this video because of how good they are right now and how annoying they are, but the Zappies Flying Machine just provide this pressure that you really can't get from other cards, especially when paired with the recruits, of course. So he does have 2.6 Hog Rider, interesting. I'm actually not sure what the matchup is between recruits and 2.6 Hog. I want to say it might be in the favor of 2.6 Hog, but we're going to go Zappies like this on top of that right there, just because they have a faster cycle, and, you know, Musketeer is going to be unkillable for me, unfortunately. But what we do have in our favor is the no-skill deck. So I'm going to go for this and then E-Spear at the left-hand side. Hopefully that dashes on top of the skellies and that cannon right there, which should be pretty nice. So not bad. He messes up the King Tower activation. He's going to take a lot of damage here, actually. Has to fireball the Zappies. Ooh, that is not a good start for him, and now I'll tell you exactly why, because we can go recruits to the back, and you guys see the card that is next in my rotation. It is one of the most toxic cards of all time. I'm going to go for the recruits in the back once we do hit 10. If he goes hog, of course, we have the Evo Cage, so, it's not really much of a threat, right? So I'm going to try and go Flying Machine, then try and kill the Musketeer at some point here without giving it too much value, because I know he's going to go Musketeer here soon in the map. I'm guessing he's going to go for it now. I'm going to go for the Barbarian Barrel right here, then go for the Flying Machine too. Hopefully this Musketeer dies, pretty please. Let's arrows. Oh no, the Skellies. No! Oh my gosh, the Skellies, bro. But look at the right-hand side. We're going to get a lot of damage from that recruit. Hold on, he has to go Ice Spirit. He's on 0 elixir. That offensive hog was, like, smart in theory, but he just let himself in a terrible situation. Evo Cannon's going to literally bail him out right there and kind of save his entire tower, which is crazy. I'm going to go Pigs on 0. He's going to fireball this as soon as he can once double elixir hits. But it's okay. We're going to get a bit of damage. We're going to be pretty much even on damage. Actually take a slight lead right here, so that's good for me. And we still have Evo Cage for the next hog rider, so he can't really fireball cycle us, of course, because we do have Flying Machine and Zappies and Pigs, right? Like, there's not really much he can fireball cycle and get away with, if that makes sense, because he's going to be down not even just elixir, like literally units on the map, and he cannot afford that unless he has Evo Cannon probably in cycle. But even if he does have Evo Cannon, it's still going to be tough to try and fireball cycle me and give these units so much value. I want to go for the Barbell on top of the Musketeer, have my cage ready for the Hog Rider, and then we're just going to keep doing the same thing. Like, there's really no downside to this deck. Let's go for the recruits like this right now and see if he wants to respond to them. He's going to go probably Ice Golem in front of that. There it is. I'm going to go for the Zappies early. If he fireballs this, we have a free Flying Machine, so it's like, you know, he's got to pick his poison right here. Yep, we can go Flying Machine like this, Electro Spirit. Those Skellies are actually clutching up for him. I low-key keep forgetting they even exist until, you know, I just put myself in a spot where I got nothing for them. That's fine, though. They do get a bunch of value, but it is what it is. I'm not going to, you know, dwell on it too much. I'm going to go for the Barbarian Barrel early and then just go for my cage like this. Okay, he does go Ice Golem in front, so I'm going to go Zappies as well, all the way behind like this, and hopefully it should have killed the Hog Rider in time. Yep, we're chilling. Okay, got a little bit scared right there, but we're good. He's going to outcycle. Wait a second. He's already back to Hog, isn't he? Uh-oh. I need the recruits on 0 here. Yep, there's the Hog. Oh, no. It's going to get one shot. I have to Barbell too. Oh, wait. This could be really bad. I have to go Piggies on pretty much 0. Let's go Flying Machine first. We have to win on this push or it is over because I, of course, am going to get Fireball cycled by 2.6. So we got to win right here. I'm going to go Piggies as soon as I can. He's hurting for Elixir. I know he is. Let's go Pigs now. He's going to have to Fireball that, but he doesn't have Elixir. The Musketeer came down. He has nothing. Come on, get there, Pigs, please, before he can Fireball. I think we get enough damage. We do just enough damage, and he cannot kill our Piggies in time before they take his tower. So close game right there, but we do come out victorious. If I were to pick one deck where I think the majority of people can get 20 wins, I would probably say Electro Giant. Electro Giant is a very solid deck. You have very few really bad matchups, and even in those bad matchups, it's very easy to make a mistake when you have a E-Giant, Boulder, Baby Dragon, Lightning push coming at you, and of course, it's like very scary to defend that push without giving value with Lightning and whatnot. So I'm going to go for the Goblin Hut like this. He's got Spirit Empress. Wow, I have not seen that card in a minute. I low-key kind of forgot it was in the game, which is crazy to say with how popular it was the first, you know, season it came out, of course. But yeah, this deck is just so consistent. Goblin Hut is so unbelievably good. Boulder is a great defensive unit. Same with Evo Baby Dragon, gets you so much value and sneaky value in this type of matchup too. Not this type of matchup, but like this type of deck. He vines nothing right there. I mean, he was trying to save the Spirit Empress. Now I think he's going to eat that and take a lot of damage. He's going to feel his mistake. That's what I'm trying to say right here. So minions do come down. Unfortunately, I do have to NATO them in because the stupid minions range buff. But I'm going to go for that right now. Just pull it in everything. That's going to kill all of that. Perfect. E-Giant getting so much value. But yeah, you guys can see if the opponent doesn't have a building or P.E.K.K.A, like it's very, very hard to stop an E-Giant no matter what you do. I'm going to go for the Knight like this right here. It's going to be a lot of value. How do I play this? He's going to boss bandit ability, of course. I think we just go for like a low barbell once that dashes. That's probably the best bet we could do. Yeah, not too shabby. He might pop the ability again. He does. So I have to go for my Goblin Hut like this right here. And I think we're chilling. He's going to go for the Battle Ram other lane if he's smart on 0. I should have put my Goblin Hut one tile like towards the middle and up more, but I low-key panicked because I thought the boss bandit was going to dash on my tower. It's fine that we can go Bowler like this right here on 0. It's going to get a dash, but it's okay. Or a charge, I guess, is what it's called. That the boss bandit dashes, the battle ram charges, whatever. Same difference. But yeah, we do get a nice defense right there. He does go minions. Minions are so good just in the game right now. They're probably top 5 cards still, even after the nerfs that they received. But I'm just going to go NATO like this. The Spear Goblin getting me a shot. I believe Lightning plus Tornado takes out his tower, which is pretty sick. Yeah, it definitely does. 444, yeah, definitely. I'm going to go for the Knight like this on top of the guards right here, and then we can just pretty much set up on defense. The other thing about this deck is that it is so good defensively. defensively. You really cannot top it. Like, it's actually one of the best defensive decks in the game, and having this combination of units is almost one of the, like, literally easiest things to play of all time. So we just go Evo Ghost other lane. I'm gonna go for the Barbarian Barrel on top of this. Hold on a second. Bro, what the heck just happened? Okay, he's probably gonna take my tower. I think it's because my Goblin Hut placement is trash. Like, I should put my Goblin Hut higher, but I low-key just never played Goblin Huts, so that's probably why I'm bad with it, but it's okay. I'm gonna go Baby Dragon like this right here, and this guy, you know, he seems to know what he's doing. I'm gonna go for the Goblin Hut up top like this. 20 seconds left. Can we take his tower? I think we can, which is a lightning on top of the Boss Bandit, which is pretty solid. And then 12 seconds. I cannot afford my bowler in time, can I? And also NATO. Actually, maybe I could have. I probably should have gone bowler first and then NATO'd, but it's okay. We're gonna lose our tower here. It's gonna be a 2-tower situation, which is actually fine with me because now we can just stack everything. 2-tower situations with E-Giant is so beautiful because you can stack bowler, Baby Dragon, same lane, then just lightning all of their units. It's actually so broken. Let's go for the Baby Dragon on top of this right here. Pretty aggressive Spirit Empress right there from the opponents, and now I think we just pull off the cheese, if you will, right here. So I'm gonna go E-Giant the bridge and then Knight as well to be a bit of a nuisance. Okay, of course he minions on the inside, like at the worst possible time for me. I'm gonna NATO everything into the E-Giant though, make sure those minions die, and then the bowler's getting me so much value. He vines the bowler, but he misses the E-Giants. Really big mistake. He has to go for a Boss Bandit, and just like that, we're winning the game. And honestly, like, if he comes back, I would be genuinely shocked. So I'm gonna go Barbarian Barrel on top of the Boss Bandit like that. Bowler gets a strike on top of the Ghost, and the Boss Bandit actually misses the Boss Bandit, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. I'm going to go for the Baby Dragon on top of the Empress. I've got my Lightning ready. There's really no way he can break through. Empress is probably his best card, to be honest, in this type of matchup, but I'm just going to go for the Goblin Hut like that. Even Empress gives Lightning value. Like, there's just so many cards that give Lightning value, and with how defensive this deck can turn into, like, what it can turn into on defense, I guess, there's really no downside. Like, this deck has very few bad matchups, like I said, and you should literally just get good with this deck. If you're going to beat your head into a wall and play so many games in the 20-win challenge, I think this is the #1 deck you should definitely give a chance, and just be patient with it. Like, it's going to take some time for it to click in your head. It takes a little bit, but it definitely just has so much more potential than other archetypes to be solid and win against the majority of matchups in this game, and that's really what you want in a 20-win type of deck. Boulder's going to roll, and that's going to be GG right there. Come on, E-Giant. Nice. It does get that last shot, and we get the easy victory right there in overtime. Now, if you are a Cycle player, this is the one for you. This deck really, really broken, similar to the deck I shared a few days back, the Minor Poison one, but this one doesn't even have the Archer Queen. It just has, like, literally fast Cycle spam with minions. Yep, of course, minions, right? One of the most broken cards in the game right now. Just gonna go Skellies like this, and we have Goblin Hut. Goblin Hut is just torturing the meta right now. It is literally just dominating it with how good it is. There's not really any Earthquake at all. Like, very rarely you'll see Earthquake, so Goblin Hut is always going to get value, similar to, like, a Tesla, but obviously way better than Tesla right now. I'm going to go Barbara on that Magic Archer. Looks like he's got a traditional P.E.K.K.A. bridge spam deck, which is kind of interesting. I was debating including a P.E.K.K.A. version in this top 5, but I think P.E.K.K.A. would probably be like my 7th or 8th choice if I had to make a top 10 or something. I'm going to go Ghost like this right here, and then I guess we can just go for the Larrys down low. He's going to go Ghost on top of my Ghost. I'm going to go Barbarian Barrel as well, and that should be chilling. Kind of a bad Skelly's placement from me right there, but it doesn't matter too much because I can just go Minions and Minor on the tower, and just like that, we're going to take like a ton of damage. He fireballs too early, and that's a game over. Dude, this is the thing about this deck. You get your opponent like down so much elixir, and there's really no way to come back once you put yourself in a hole like this guy just did. And single elixir, this deck is just so cheese. Yeah, I haven't even got to my Evo Ghost. Like, I didn't even place it yet, and you can see how cheese the deck is. I'm gonna go Skellies like this on top of the Magic Archer, which is pretty solid right there. And then I think we just can go for maybe like a Royal Ghost to back, or maybe a Goblin Hut to back, to set up again. Like, it's literally the ultra perfect defense deck, and you have so much high pressure with cheap units that this is the correct version to play, I think, for the 20-win challenge. There's a couple different versions of this, but I'm gonna go for the Minor to the back. You can always, of course, adjust decks, replace 1 or 2 cards, and kind of feel what works for you. And that's kind of how a 20-win challenge works. You know, just from someone that's played it a bunch in the past, giving you advice. I think that you need to play around with decks a little bit, but don't get into a spot where you're like, oh no, I keep losing because I have bad matchups, let me change decks, and then you do the same thing over and over and over 100 times, and you're just like, oh, well, I always have a bad matchup because I keep changing decks, and I'm never going to perfect one, right? Like, that's just kind of how it is. I'm in Clash Royale. You have to get good with one, bro, before you can get good with a lot, and that is how it is. So I'm going to go for the Minor Wall Breakers on the right-hand side. Oh, kind of a bad play by me, low-key. I'm going to go for the Barbarian Barrel on top of this Magical Archer right now. Ewis does come down. That should be chilling, though. Barbarian takes care of the Marcher, and we can just go Ghost on top of that. But yeah, this deck is literally coasting like like as long as you place your goblin huts well, which is something I need to improve on before this 20-win challenge, apparently, you should really have no issues at all in this meta. He's going to probably like go for one more push, but honestly, there's no way he can break through. He goes for the magical archer. We can just go miner, barbarian, barrel on top of that. And shut that down pretty darn easily. Bandit dies as well. We have Evo Ghost. He's going to finally give up, and we can go Evo Ghost, Wall Breakers, Skelly's the bridge. Is he going to let us take his tower? No, he's not going to let us. He's going to keep defending, but it doesn't really matter because our Evo Ghost might even take his tower by itself with how broken it is. But yeah, nice win right there. You guys can see how high of pressure this deck provides. Okay, now I know what you're going to say. I know. The Expo is... It's mid. It's average. It's very average. But I will say if there's one Expo version you're going to get it with, I think 3.0 is probably the better one. You have a lot more outplay potential in these type of metas right now than I would say Icebow or Queenbow. So, or even Pumpo. Maybe Pumpo could be kind of a cheesy off-meta type of 20-win sneaky deck. But I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Pumpo for consistency. It's a very matchup-dependent deck. And 3.0 gives you some stability. Like, you kind of know what you're getting when you're playing it. And I think it has a decently high skill ceiling. Whereas if you put enough hours into playing it, like you'll get decent enough to where you can get consistent 15-ish wins, and then you never know, get a couple good matchups and you're there, right? So I'm gonna go for the knight to tank. He goes for the cannon court, the bridge. Let's go archers. Wait, this is bait, guys. This is bait. If he plays anything, I win the game. Yep. Okay. So the reason I did that is because I knew if he played anything to kill the archers, because like of course he has to if he wants to take out the doesn't want his cannon court and his mortar to die. He has no elixir. Now I can just get the expo lock on the opposite lane. So he goes for the 4 elixir on top of that. I can just go log plus skellies on top of that, and nice. We get a nice lock to start this game. We're going to be up, what, like maybe about 1,000 damage, actually, which is super, super good in a mortar versus expo matchup. I'm not sure if he wants to go, like, all in right here. Does he have Evo Skeleton Barrel in cycle? I think he's 1 cycle off. I think he has just normal, if I'm not mistaken. So he's probably going to go Skeleton Barrel sometime soon on this right-hand side. I'm just going to be waiting for it. Of course, we're about to hit 10 elixirs, so I think we're low-key in a good spot. He does go for the barrel now. I'm going to go E-Spirit like this, and then actually Archers save our Tesla for a bit longer. I'm gonna go knight like this right here, and then I could Tesla as well on top of that mortar. I think I'm going to. Let me just wait a second. Wait, do I need to? He's not gonna defend it. Okay, nice. I was gonna do it if he played anything else, but he didn't play anything else, so that's fine with me. He's just gonna fully reset, and I think this matchup we're gonna want to be just chilling the whole time, not being too aggressive, but also not being too passive. There's definitely a balance you need to find with 3.0 Expo. Let's go log E-Spirit to keep our Expo at full capacity for the most part. He's gonna fireball that probably, which is fine if he does. The reason I put my Expo on that tile is because I wanted him to, like, I thought he was going to play Skelly Barrel, and that tile kites the Skelly Barrel on the right-hand side if you didn't know. Quick fact for you. But just going to go for the Tesla like this and then log on top of this as soon as that pops. Oh my goodness gracious, that is a lot of value. He didn't defend the mortar Evo, so that Tesla just got what? Let me calculate in my head. Oh gosh, I can't do math. Skeleton Barrel Evo plus Mortar Evo. It killed 2 Evos. Honestly, I think that's the best thing like you could ask out of any type of card is taking out both of their Evos in their deck. I'm going to go for the Tesla up top right here, and then just go for a low Electro Spirit plus a well-timed log to make sure this card doesn't connect on my tower. Nice, beautifully timed log right there. Let's go Expo. I did that a little bit too early. Let the cannon card shoot it once because I'm a noob, but it's all good though. He's going to go Mortar. I think we just take the Fireball on tower right here. And then fully reset, so he has to fireball on defense. Really, really bad for him because now he's just really behind on damage, and it's going to be a uphill battle for sure to get back into the game for him in this type of scenario. So I'm just going to go for the Electro Spirit like this right here to make sure that dies. We have the Tesla just sitting at the bridge, which is pretty darn good. I could go Defensive Expo as well. I think I'm just going to play safe here. This is how you have to play. Sometimes you got to take the foot off the gas pedal with this deck and just settle down and defend. So he's going to fireball my tower. I'm not sure if that's the move because I can, of course, just fireball his tower right back. He's going to go Evo Barrel. I can just go for the Tesla. And, yeah, we are in business, to say the least, right here. I'm going to go log as well just to make sure that dies and doesn't cause me any issues. And, honestly, cycling log on tower is a bit overrated nowadays because it does, like, 12 damage or something stupid. I'm going to go for the archers like this right here. And, oh, is he giving up? I don't know. He says good game. Maybe he is giving up. Let's see. I almost just fireballed my own freaking tower or my own map. I didn't mean to do that. He's not going to give up, though. He goes Ice Fist to back. All right. I thought he was giving up. Nope. He's still playing. Misses his bar barrel, though. That's a pretty big mistake. But nah, he's chilling. So he goes cannon court the bridge. I don't know why he put a mortar right there if he was going to keep playing, but whatever. It's fine. There's the Evo mortar from him. I'm just going to go for my fireball plus my Evo Tesla on top of this right now. And that is, oh, just so satisfying. Took out that skeleton barrel in like 1 second, which is just super nice. I'm going to go for the defensive expo now since, okay, well, now I'm not going to go for the defensive expo. I'm going to go offensive expo because he's actually giving up this time, right? Please? Okay, perfect. But yeah, 3.0. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. And of course, as always, enjoy the butch clip and good luck in the 20-win challenge. Y'all got this. Peace.